Hello, Facebook. Excited to be here tonight and just spend a few minutes chatting about energy. I know it was something that we said we wanted to chat with our group, and it's something that Mooch and I spend a lot of our time working with different people on. We hear it all the time, and I'm sure we're not alone in feeling like we never have quite enough money, quite enough time, quite enough energy, quite enough foods that we can eat. Hey, Julie. So good to see you. All different ways that we feel like we want, more energy, especially in what we hear a lot that we're going to focus on tonight are time and our food energy, meaning, a lot of women, especially that we work with, feel as though they need to deprive themselves. So, not enough foods they can eat. They get this yo-yo dieting kind of pattern and regime, which can be really exhausting and then deplete your energy even more. And so we are big believers in protecting your energy, like bogarting it, protecting it, being really efficient with it. So there are a few different areas. I'm just going to adjust here. I'm coming post-yoga teaching. So I got the post-yoga teaching hair. Sorry, guys. Hey, Wendy. So the ways that we typically, the things that we see the most predominantly are food, time, money, mental energy, kind of capacity, and fitness. So there are different ways. Hey, Gina. So there are different ways that you guys, you ladies, can protect your own energy to get more out of your time. Really focus on efficiency and productivity. So there's a big difference between being busy and being productive. And that is going to play into everything that, kind of talk about in those different areas, right? Not working out just for the sake of working out. Hi, Gina, but working out, in a productive manner that's going to help you reach your goals. Sometimes it's rest, sometimes it's different repetitions, it's mixing it up. But again, being really efficient with your workouts is going to help you get more out of them. So we apply that mindset to these other areas. So the first one that I want to dive right on into is food. And that's like the number one thing that women, that and time, which we're going to get into next, the number one thing that we hear women really struggling with, like what foods do I eat, and how to look at that. And so what we want to do is think about how you look at food in terms of value. And so shifting that value from calorie and fat content, which I know can be really counterintuitive and really hard. This is something I really struggled with, and it's taken a long time, and I've had to kind of build trust with it, right? I've had to see that it works and then trust a little bit more, and see that it works, trust a little bit more. But the more you can detach value from caloric and fat content and attach it more towards the quality and what it's bringing your body and your energy and your mind, the better you're going to be. So what I mean by that is I honestly, I'll just share, I used to eat an entire pint of, low-fat frozen yogurt, Ben & Jerry's with fat-free, sugar-free hot fudge sauce and, I don't know, cardboard strawberries or something because it was low-fat, low-cal. Well, that brought absolutely no value to my energy and to my body, and honestly, it doesn't really taste that good. So with your food, start thinking about what does this do for me and what does it offer. So certain foods do different things. For example, grapefruit's really great for your liver. Pineapple helps your digestion. Sweet potato is a really great source of energy, a good simple carbohydrate. All these foods, leafy greens are going to help with your digestion. They're going to give you tons of vitamins and minerals. So knowing what those do, knowing what nuts do, not worrying about the fat content. So recognizing what foods do for you is huge. So that's something that we really encourage you to do. Really, really curious about how these foods are going to contribute to your energy. Certain foods are going to really help your energy, and certain ones are going to deplete it. So if you're feeling like you're tired all the time, or maybe you're hungry all the time, it could be your gut health, it could be your digestion. For example, digestion consumes a ton of energy. So if you're eating things that are hard to digest, rule of thumb I like to follow, and this might be the moment you want to write something down, or this is your takeaway. The harder something is to make, create, that fat-free frozen yogurt is very hard to create. Probably the more chemicals it has and the harder it's going to be to break down. So when something's hard to break down, it consumes your energy. Okay, so then all of a sudden you wonder why you're tired, or then you're reaching for more foods to feel more energized, but then you're making it harder to digest, and you're in the cycle of trying to digest food, giving energy to that, and then feeling tired. So you want foods that are going to be easy to break down, easy to digest, and make you feel good. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't have that ice cream when you want to have it. But when you're having that, what value are you placing? So in those moments, you're placing the value on eating for pleasure. And that's fine, right? I like to eat for pleasure too. I love my nachos and my tacos. Those are like my go-tos. But I know tacos, I'm really eating for pleasure. So I know I'm not eating for energy. Most of the other time, I'm eating for energy and nourishment. So when you find that balance and you get in that groove, I'm telling you guys, you can let go of calorie counting. You can let go of counting macros, whatever it is. Like, you can just really detach. Take good care of your body, serve it well, and not worry. We don't do scales, we don't do calories, we don't do any of that stuff. We can help you get there. And honestly, if you have any questions about that, put them in the chat, either now or later on. But it's really, really, really refreshing. I can tell you, as somebody who used to obsessively count calories and try to run them all off, you're exhausting yourself. It's a hamster wheel. So start thinking about, like, what's going to make your body feel good and what's not going to suck your energy to break it down. So food, time, money, mental energy, and fitness. Not going to dive into all of them tonight. I'm just doing 2. So that was just thinking about your food energy and the value of food. I'm going to talk about time. Then, next time or next week or so, we'll dive into money, mental energy, like that feeling of constantly being fatigued, just like burned out. And then your fitness, like finding time and how to be really efficient with how to get your workouts in busy lives, because we're all busy. Speaking of busy, the next and the last thing I'm going to dive into tonight is your time energy. So here's the thing. There's like one equalizer in the world. Well, there are a couple, but one like undisputed one is we all have the same amount of time, right? And we're all really busy. And we are all probably wishing that we had a little bit more time and struggling with feeling that way. So one of the things that, we encourage when we're working with people on time is really assessing where you're devoting it to. So there's a few different areas of doing that. Like, I like, for some reason, to do it like a gas grill, and then layering. So how much of your time are you giving to work? How much are you giving it to fitness? How much are you giving it to family? How much are you giving, whatever things that you may be doing, chores, and looking at that and really assessing your capacity. Right, so that's kind of first developing your awareness, and then deciding, how does all that serve you? So the places where you're giving a lot of energy and time, are they serving you well, or are they not serving you well? And seeing, what can you let go? What can you get rid of? So what can you delegate? So those are all really, really important ways of creating a little bit of space in your schedule. Then beyond that, it really comes down to mindset and recognizing that, like, as harsh as this sounds, if you are constantly feeling like you don't have enough time, the issue is more that you need to have more clarity around your priorities. And I know, like, that sounds harsh and it doesn't mean to be, but decision making and choosing where to allocate your time and feeling good about it becomes a lot easier, less stressful, less anxiety reducing when you're super clear about your priorities. This means saying no a lot, which isn't comfortable. It means establishing boundaries. It means protecting your own energy. It means at times saying, I am valuing in this moment downtime for myself more than I'm valuing, working a full day, or more than I'm valuing going to that cookout, or more than I'm valuing doing something I feel like I should. And so, when you're feeling really stressed, one of the things that we encourage women to do, and especially because we tend to be pleasers, is to really think of the language, what's motivating your action. So this is kind of the last thing I'll wrap up with here. We could spend like hours on it, but energetically looking at, are you doing something because you feel like you have to, because you feel like you should, whether that's a workout or whether, it's going to the movies or going to dinner social. Are you doing it because of guilt? Are you doing it because of fear if you don't do it? Are you doing it because of comparisonitis? Are you doing it because of, all of these things that are actually like energy drains, and they're not going to serve you well? And I will tell you that I was like a huge offender of doing things out of guilt and feeling like I should, and doing things out of fear that if I didn't, I can this, or I might not get this, or I might not get that, and then had to learn the hard way, to be honest. Like, when you fall face down because you're so exhausted, you have nothing to give, you're not good for anybody. And we all do it a lot. And so can we be proactive instead of reactive? And so by being proactive, when you are feeling like you don't have enough time, can you really look at what you have and become clear in your priorities? What can you let go? What are you doing out of a place of love and compassion and abundance and excitement and joy and want and desire? And what aligns with your goals versus what are you doing out of feeling obligated and guilty and shamed and fearful? And if you can separate those two and choose, even if at first it's 50-50 and then 60-40 and then 30-70, whatever it is, but choose to stay as much as you can in a place that comes from those really good energies, I'm telling you, it is a game changer. So in terms of, time management, yes, there are strategies we can do with how we eat, how we work out, how we organize, how we batch and try and group things together, our tasks, how we delegate. That's all going to help you kind of free up space. Yes, that's like organizationally. But at the core, the more important stuff is really looking at what's serving you well and what's not, what's causing 80% of your stress and taking up, or 20% of serving you well, but taking up 80% of your time and giving you a return on that investment. Where can you let those things go, and are they coming from that place of obligation? Because honestly, ladies, like, you all deserve to do things out of a place that feels really energetically good for you. And I'm telling you, once you do, you're going to feel better. People are going to notice it. You're going to be able to show up for the people in your lives, your children, your spouses, your significant others, your employees, with more patience, more center, more clarity, more calmness. So really assessing the root of that. So that's just kind of the quick, surface level touch on how we protect our energy, and it's huge. So we got the food energy, so thinking about what serves you value, and how much it's going to suck out of you to digest. Sometimes you're eating for pleasure, and just go eat for pleasure and enjoy it, but then don't feel guilty about it, right? Because then all of a sudden you feel guilty about it, and now you're draining your energy, right? So don't feel guilty, enjoy it. Think about what's going to nourish you well, what's easy to digest. And then with time, energy, yes, one hand is those organization, delegation, really looking at your capacity, establishing boundaries, but more importantly, what's at the core? What's motivating your behavior and your decision making, and are you giving yourself places that are serving you well? Because you deserve to. And when you do, it's going to be a game changer. All right, so become super clear on your priorities. Those decisions that make you stressed out about letting people down are going to become a whole lot easier to manage when you are really clear on your priorities. So I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, leave a comment. We can leave this dialogue open. We can chat about it more. We will follow up on how to be really efficient with your money energy, with your mental energy, and with your fitness energy at another time. Alrighty, we hope you guys are having a wonderful night and enjoy the rest of your week, and we will chat soon. Bye.